SummerSlam 2025 is shaping up to be one of the wildest cards in years. The first ever two-night SummerSlam located in New Jersey is stacked from head to toe for both nights, and I'm super pumped for it, and I don't think you guys are ready for what's coming. I think I got some bold predictions for who's winning, who's gonna lose, and yeah, maybe even a couple of heel turns or even some surprise returns. So let's get into it.
It's LA Knight's game. Yeah.
This year's SummerSlam card is actually super stacked from head to toe. I'm pumped. I will be there live in person and I will be interviewing people. But of course, I got a couple of predictions I want to get off my chest. I want to know if you guys agree with me. So let's go ahead and get into that now. SummerSlam Night 1, Match 1 is probably going to be Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Now, Zayn and Kross have had a rich history of backstage promos for the past couple of months, and just recently they had two back-to-back matches with Kross and Zayn picking up a win each, so it's tied 1-1. This is definitely going to be, of course, the blow-off for this match, and with a lot of rumors circulating that WWE has yet to sign Karrion Kross, I'm not really sure, of course, how this one's going to go. My heart is telling me that I really, really want Karrion Kross to win, and then, of course, obviously he gets a new contract with WWE, but my brain is telling me maybe this might be the end of Karrion Kross in WWE, and they just have Sami Zayn pick up the win in the end. But I'm definitely going to go with my heart on this one. I am going to choose Karrion Kross to pick up the win. I think this is great for his motivation. I think it's going to be a fantastic push if they go in this direction. I'm just not really liking Sami Zayn as a face at the moment. I would love to see him more as a heel. The second match, and probably the match that I'm honestly least excited for, it's definitely going to be Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people online saying they really do not care for this match. I don't care for this match personally. I mean, why is this match even happening? There's so many better people they can put on the card. LA Knight's not on the freaking card, for Christ's sake. Why? Why isn't LA Knight on the card? Why isn't Penta on the card? It literally makes zero sense. You're not going to have two of the top selling merch people on your card, but you're going to have Jelly Roll. I mean, no offense to Jelly Roll. Your music's great. I mean, I don't really listen to you, but from what I hear, it's pretty good. And you seem like a really great guy. But, bro, there's no need for this guy to be on this card at all. So I don't really care. I don't really care who the hell wins this match. If I had to choose, I guess I would say Randy Orton and Jelly Roll would pick up the win. And it's probably just be a one-off for Jelly Roll. But you never know with WWE these days. Match 3 is probably going to be WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match between the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. This match, I honestly don't really care that much about either, to be honest. I mean, yeah, they have a couple of great people in there. I'm a big fan of Roxanne Perez and Raquel recently. Bliss and Charlotte Flair are probably two of the best wrestlers that WWE Women's Division has ever had. But yeah, the fact that this thing just kind of happened just because Charlotte Flair was just hey, I want a match. And they were just yeah, sure, why not? You're Charlotte Flair. I mean, I get it. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the running joke that she basically just gets handed matches. So I'm happy that they did kind of run with it. But I still think it was just kind of lazy writing at the end of the day. I don't really care for this match. I really just hope that, it's a great match at the end of the day. Obviously, I want it to be great, especially if I am going to be there. But if I had to choose a winner, I'm probably going to say Charlotte and Alexa Bliss are probably going to pick up the win. I mean, if they actually want to advance that storyline, they're finally getting people to cheer Charlotte Flair with the help of Alexa Bliss. Why not have them win it, and then eventually one of them can turn on each other, because that's what they like to do with the tag team division anyways. I'm fine with that. Why the heck not? Let's do that. Let's have Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss pick up the win there. Fourth match is probably going to be Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Of course, this match is happening because Reigns did return to save CM Punk and Jey Uso for Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed after the Raw Gauntlet match a couple weeks ago. And now they kind of just made this match for SummerSlam as a tag team, I guess, for filler. Before Rollins did get injured, it did seem like it was going to be Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. But unfortunately, due to the injury, obviously they cannot do that. Hopefully, again, the injury is just a little work. I'm not saying it is. It obviously looks like it's a real injury. But, with people, with rumors swirling online and all that stuff, a lot of people think that it's not an actual true injury. I think it is, but you never know. This match is definitely going to be great. I'm super excited for it. I think it could actually steal the night. In terms of who's going to win, I think it's definitely going to be Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. I feel like they need to win a lot more. If you want to solidify them as top heels in the company, especially now that Seth Rollins is out, why not have them beat two of the top baby faces in the company on the same night? Come on now, it just makes sense. And don't let it be a little cheating, oh, I'm a heel, I'm going to cheat type of win. I want to see a clean win from Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I think they deserve it. I think that this actually makes sense if they do it this way. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso will be perfectly fine with a loss. They do not need this win. Definitely give it to Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. The fifth match is definitely going to be the WWE Women's Championship match between Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. Of course, Cargill picked up the win over Asuka in order to gain this title opportunity at SummerSlam. Recently, I haven't really cared that much for Jade Cargill's like singles run. A lot of her matches have kind of just left me like whatever about it. Haven't really raised an eyebrow, and I'm a big fan of Jade Cargill. I think she did great in AEW. I'm just hoping that, of course, this is maybe going to be her coming out party match. I mean, at this point, it definitely needs to be a coming out party match for Jade Cargill. As I said, her matches have been kind of iffy for me. I'm really hoping that she actually, like gems well or blends well, I guess what they call it, whatever the heck they call it. I hope she blends well with Tiffany Stratton and the match is actually, comes out to be like one of the better matches of the night. But you never know. In terms of who I got winning, I definitely got Tiffany Stratton picking up the win. I just don't think Jade Cargill is ready to be WWE Women's Champion at the moment. And I'm kind of liking what Tiffany's doing. I really hope Tiffany does turn heel, like back heel soon though. I mean, that'd be really cool, but I guess we'll see. And of course, the main event of night one is definitely going to be the World Heavyweight Championship match between Gunther, our champion, versus CM Punk. Of course, Punk won this opportunity to face Gunther after he won a gauntlet match on Raw a couple weeks ago to become the #1 contender. And ever since then, they kind of just had back and forth promos saying that they just want to prove they are the best in the world. So the build-up itself has really been kind of iffy, if I'm being honest. I haven't really cared for the build-up. But if I'm being honest, I actually see CM Punk picking up the win here. I don't really see any more like storylines being built at the moment with Gunther as champion. I feel like he's faced basically everybody who deserves a title shot at the moment. CM Punk has a couple of people that he can have great matches with. I think better matches, honestly, at this point. In terms of storytelling, at least, than Gunther with some of the people that have yet to get title opportunities. I would love to see CM Punk as champion one final time in WWE as well. Of course, there are rumors that Seth Rollins actually isn't injured. I don't believe him. I think he's actually legitimately injured. But you can never know these days with WWE. It'd be a really freaking amazing swerve if he's actually not. And some people are predicting that he's actually going to cash in on the main event at night one at SummerSlam and cost CM Punk the title. If they do that, I think that would be freaking perfect. I think that sounds amazing. That may have even been like the actual plan all along. But unfortunately, I don't think that the injuries actually will work. So I'm just going to say CM Punk is going to pick up the win. Regardless of if Seth Rollins is injured or not, I think Gunther is not going to walk out as champion. Night 2, match number 1 of SummerSlam 2025 is definitely going to be the WWE Tag Team Championship match between the Wyatt Six, DIY, Street Profits, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, and Andrade and Rey Fenix. Of course, this match was added pretty late, and I think it was because, of course, due to the fan backlash. We haven't had a SmackDown tag team match with the titles being defended on a pay-per-view for the past couple of months, even though they have an amazing division down there. I mean, honestly, I truly believe that the SmackDown's tag team division is the best it's been for the past decade or so. It's freaking great. In terms of who I have winning, I actually think it's probably going to be Rey Fenix and Andrade. They've been getting a pretty big push on WWE TV recently, and WWE likes to flip-flop those tag team titles so often that I don't really see Wyatt Six leaving with the championship once again. Match number 2 is probably going to be the Intercontinental Championship match between Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. Of course, Mysterio has been basically hiding behind doctor's notes left and right, and AJ Styles has basically been begging backstage, literally begging, praying to God that he can get this title match, and he finally has it. I'm actually pretty pumped for this match. I think it's probably one of those matches that I'm actually more excited for than the main events and stuff, the other matches on night 1, just because of course, the story behind it. I just think it's been fun. I'm a big fan of AJ, obviously, and Dom. Dom is freaking growing on me. That dude is freaking amazing. But yeah, in terms of who I think is going to pick up the win here, I think it's probably going to be Dom. I feel like he can actually pick up the win here, keep the title on him for a little bit longer, especially because with all that recent stuff in AAA. Why the hell not? Why not have him be a double champion, win the AAA title as well? I think that'd be freaking great. It'd be amazing. They can do a rematch maybe at the next pay-per-view between AJ Styles and Dom can lose it at that point. But in terms of the first matchup between them, I think Dom needs his win. Match number 3 of night 2 should be the United States Championship match between Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match. If I'm being honest, this is probably the match I'm most excited for the entirety of SummerSlam. I mean, I'm a massive fan of this feud. Jacob Fatu has grown on me so much. I think he's probably on my Mount Rushmore of current superstars at the moment. He's definitely in my top 5, top 4, whatever the hell you want to call it. That dude's freaking great. Solo Sikoa has definitely grown on me as well. I mean, the fact that this dude went from a quiet nonsense bodyguard to the funniest guy in the roster is just amazing to me. This dude is freaking great. His US title reign has been pretty cool so far. I definitely think if I had to choose, Cole should pick up the win. I feel like he deserves it at this point, honestly. I honestly feel like Jacob Fatu has probably outgrown the mid card as well. I feel like he can definitely move up and face some of the higher up people. He can go after the WWE Championship or even the World Heavyweight Championship if they move him to Raw. I'm perfectly fine with that. I think he deserves it. Solo, I think he definitely needs to build himself up with this US title. I think he can keep it for a while, especially like with his new family that he has now and all like the Tongas and Tongaloas, etc., everything you want to call them. I think that he deserves it. I think that they need it more than Jacob Fatu needs it, and I feel like Jacob Fatu can move on to bigger and better things. The fourth match is probably going to be the Women's Intercontinental Championship match between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. Now, this feud has been going on for quite a while now. I actually see Becky Lynch picking up the win. The stipulation being, of course, if Lyra does lose, she can no longer challenge Becky Lynch for the title. I think that's perfectly fine. I'd rather not see that match again. I think Becky can move on to bigger and better things. Lyra was a great IC champ. I think that she has shown potential to be a world champion at a later time frame, but I feel like she just needs to move on past the IC title. Becky can hold on to it until they elevate somebody else up to take it from her, and that's just going to basically elevate the entire women's division at the end of the day. I mean, if somebody beats Becky and she holds it for a while, Becky is a legend. Just imagine, of course, what it's going to do for that individual. The fifth match is probably going to be the Women's World Championship match between Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. Of course, Naomi just cashed in this title at Evolution after an amazing match between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. And honestly, this is probably one of my most sought after matches here. I'm super freaking pumped up for this match. I cannot wait for this match to happen. I feel like it's going to be freaking fantastic. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley always put on banger matches together. And Naomi's so freaking underrated. I really hope that she actually does continue to be the champion at the end of the day. My prediction is, of course, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are going to be too much for each other, and they're just going to get in each other's way to the point where Naomi is able to steal the win and continue being our women's world champion. Naomi recently has been on top of her game. Her turning heel was like the best thing that ever happened to her. It definitely elevated her character. Her as, of course, Money in the Bank was great. She's freaking hilarious outside the ring as well if you've ever seen her tweets. I think that she deserves to hold on to this title for quite a while, especially, of course, now that we have Rhea Ripley challenging again. Massive fan of Rhea Ripley. I don't think she needs to win it, and Io was just champion, so there's no need to have that again. And of course, last but not least, we have the undisputed WWE Championship match between John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in a street fight. Now, I already did an entire predictions video on this. It's playing in the background, actually, where I say that John Cena and Cody Rhodes are going to have a double heel turn. Well, double turn, I guess, at the end of the day. Cody Rhodes turning heel, and of course, John Cena turning face. That's the way I see it. I don't see it any other way possible. I see The Rock coming out. I see, of course, him turning on John Cena. John Cena finishing the rest of his reign in WWE as a face, while Cody turns heel and goes on to be the biggest heel in WWE. That's the way I see it happening. I don't really see it going any other way. If I see it going any other way, I see John Cena picking up the win, but I don't really see him continuing to hold that title any longer. So my prediction is Cody Rhodes picks up the win, John Cena loses, John Cena turns face, Cody Rhodes turns heel, we get Homelander Cody, we get babyface, cereal bowl, Fruity Pebbles John Cena once again, and at the end of the day, everybody's happy. I'll be happy. I'll be fine with that. Why the hell not? Although it does seem like it'd be a little bit strange considering the fact that Cody Rhodes is like the top babyface in WWE, so who's going to replace him? Not really sure. Not my problem. I just want to see, of course, Cody Rhodes turn heel at the end of the day. That's all I got to say. And those were my picks for, of course, WWE SummerSlam 2025. Of course, if you have different picks, if you have different predictions, please let me know in the comments. I would love to read them, and I will reply back. I promise you I will. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. I definitely appreciate all the support we've been getting. We've gone up by like thousands recently, honestly, so it's been freaking great. I love you guys so much. Definitely appreciate it. Again, I will be at SummerSlam, so if you see me there, so go ahead and say hi. I would love to say hi back. I will be interviewing fans as well, asking them a couple of questions. So if you want to be interviewed, just let me know. I'll be there. Let me know. Love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.